In the following set of tutorials, we're going to take a look at absolute versus relative targeting. Let's begin by opening up the start file and take a look at what's going to be happening. Now, you may have had some exposure to absolute and relative targeting while using the target path tool, and we're going to be using that tool a little bit, but we're also going to find out that tool does not always suit our needs for really truly doing relative coding especially. Works fine for absolute coding, but for relative coding it's somewhat useless when we really get into it. So one of the things that I also want you to be aware of is where we're going to be putting our code, which is a little bit different than some of the other files. Pretty much we always try and put our code on the main timeline. In this case, however, we're going to be putting code on individual timelines so that we have more relative position of our code. And that will make sense actually as we do the tutorial. But let's take a look at it. We've got two movie clips here, and each movie clip has a light bulb inside it with another movie clip inside it with two buttons. You'll notice they're different colors, so you can tell they're two separate different structures here. So anyway, if I go inside, you'll notice that I have a movie clip called controls_MC, and then inside of that is the two buttons, light on and light off _BTN. So we're going to be using absolute targeting to target the light here and turn it on and off, and you'll see it has a similar structure to ones that we've already used. And one of the things that I also want to point out is that our code is actually going to go into the timeline where the controls_MC timeline, where we have our two buttons. Now with the other one, the second one here, I want you to notice that there is no instance name on it currently. Then I'm going to go inside of that, find out that the controls does not have an instance name either. And then inside of it we do have instance names for the light on and off button, and then our code is going to go there. For the relative targeting, we actually only need really instance names on those things we're actually targeting. So you'll see that of course we do have an instance name on the light_MC that we're going to be using, but we don't need an instance name on the movie clip that has the controls in it. And that will make more sense as we do the tutorial. So let's begin by just creating a very simple function event listener pair for the first absolute targeting tutorial. So let's do that in the next video. So let's save your work. Well, you don't really need to save because you haven't done anything. So we'll just go on to the next tutorial.